Grief. People often say, let it go. But I think letting go is one of the hardest thing anyone could do because it's already a part of us. Someone told me that grief is not just about losing someone, it's more than that. And it's better to make you understand if you come on with the ride with me. So, as I was saying, grief is not just only about sadness. Sometimes it's about letting go of the memories you have with them. Sometimes it is understanding what the grief wants to tell you. So, in contrast, when you say it's about losing the conversation and losing the moments, the random thoughts, the random fun you had with them, it's about losing that connection. And sometimes the grief is often uh, what you say is that you might think that letting go is easy and whatever, and you might think it's suffering from inside. People often claim it as suffering. The grief is the only reminder that they are alive in our hearts. That's the reason most of the people cannot or are not ready to accept it that let go of that person, because whenever we are holding on to that grief, we remember their importance in life. And I think somewhere it's justifiable, but let me explain you. So you might think when you say I need safety from my feelings and my memories, like this helmet right now. So it has a purpose, and often we are enclosed by some things, and we want to protect our grief. So we choose some shelter. It's not specifically it can be helmet, but we choose some things in our life which protect our grief. Sometimes grief feels like a broken home, which is not built. Sometimes it feels like the memories which we have with someone inside our broken home will stay like it is. The room filled with noises are now just silence. So we wear that sort of helmet because we want to protect it. Because if that protection is gone, not just with grief but in life also, if the protection is gone, we sometimes feel like the broken inside which us, inside our mind, which is the grief, will come out and it might destroy us. And that's understandable. And it's totally understandable. When I say it's totally understandable that we might feel sometimes if we let go of those memories, we might forget them. Because we had so much good memories. We used to cherish them and used to celebrate them together. And that's a difficult part of letting go of the grief, which tells us to holding on. Because if I tell you very honestly, to be in that loop feels very easy. To stay in that loop forever and not go out of it, it feels easy. Let me rephrase what I was saying is that we shouldn't give up on our grief or the memories that we have of them. It's obvious we want the laughs and the memories, the conversation with us forever. Maybe I want to tell you is that healing is not about erasing the memories. Healing is about understanding how you hold them. Because sometimes in life, the grief and all those feels heavy to us. Because it's too much, not, it's too much of a pain to bear. And few things in life will remind you of them. Not few things, but many things. Many things will remind you of their existence, and you might feel sad. But time changes everything. It's a very important lesson that time changes everything, not just you, but situations and every moment. It makes you realize that the things that you were seeing as pain, now you see them as a place from gratitude. You see them, whenever you see them, you don't be sad, but you have a quiet smile inside of them, looking upon you, or having always having your back. You cherish those moments, and that's the beautiful part. Because, guys, love will stay forever, even if they go from our hearts, from our minds. But love will always stay there, which was always for you to have it, and it will not be snatched away from anyone. So, my friends, the real question was not how do we carry the grief or how do we give up on the grief. The real question is how do we carry the love without, you know, the pain. So, because grief is not the pain. Grief is, I will repeat it, grief is not the pain, it is love. And it needs to go places. And it's very sad, but I want to tell you is that you, me, and everyone, we are trying to figure it out. Which are the places that this grief, which is the love, needs to go.